We want to be able to see your beautiful face, Stephen.
Thank you.
Such a lovely, kind face. It's one of those faces that gives me like peace whenever I see it.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe that's an estate agent face.
That's
No, I feel like it's too trusting.
yeah. Oh, thank you.
You'd be like, this is the bedroom. I'd be like, this looks like a shed. You'd be like,
It's a shed.
yeah, he's got like
I'll just admit it.
a trusting face.
What kind of estate agent takes you to the bedroom first?
Oh, I don't know.
Someone
A
watches
sexy one.
Someone watches propertysex.com.
Never heard of property sex. I watch Homes Under the Hammer. I'm very up to date with Homes Under the Hammer.
With your hero, Dion Dublin.
Coventry legend.
Yeah.
Big up Dion Dublin. These are the stairs.
Yeah.
That's all he does. He walks in there and goes, stairs?
Yeah.
Shame is delicious.
Welcome to another fabulous episode of Shame is
It might
Delicious.
not be. It might be shit.
Thanks.
Yeah, well,
What the fuck?
I just don't want you to oversell early doors. You know what I mean?
welcome to another possibly shit episode of Shame is Delicious with me, Darren Harriott,
And me, Eshaan Naveed Akbar.
and our very special guest, Mr. Stephen Buchanan. How's it going, bud?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Can I just say,
Thanks.
the Naveed really is off-putting when you use your middle name. It just throws things.
What, Naveed? Do you have a middle name, Stephen?
It's Peter.
Is it?
Yeah,
SPB,
Stephen.
I like
Peter.
it.
Yeah.
SPV, nice.
SP Buchanan. That sounds fucking sick.
SP Buchanan.
SP Buchanan.
Why?
It sounds like Katie Tunstall. It's like a.
You're just naming
Like there are
Scottish
some
people.
names that just work.
Yeah, or
with
like
the two
J.R.
initials.
Tolkien or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
You say
J.K. Rowling.
Tolkien?
Tolkien.
What
Tolkien.
did I say? Tolkien.
Tolkien.
I should know that.
Sounds Arab. Tolkien. SP Buchanan. I quite like that.
Yeah, I like it as well.
I like SPB.
Yeah.
I like
That
it.
could be your merch.
It does sound like a group named by Louis Walsh on the X Factor, though.
Yeah. JLS.
Yeah. Here comes SPB.
So, Stephen, you're our first Scottish guest. I think this is very noteworthy. I think
Yes.
it's important.
Thank you very much.
Birmingham.
Another round of applause. Thank you.
Birmingham able to encourage and entice acts all the way from north of the border,
Glasgow.
from Glasgow.
Yes.
You're a brilliant comedian,
Thank you.
host on one of the best podcasts out there called Some Laugh.
You've been on that?
I have been on that, and actually, it was because I was on your podcast that I had a commissioner from Channel 4 get in touch.
Oh, really?
Joe, you know Joe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe.
He said, I saw you on that podcast and I loved
what-
it. And sorry, we're just doing business. And yeah, and he was like, I saw you on the podcast with
Oh.
Stephen.
Congrats.
And then we talked about our special idea, which is back on the table.
Oh,
Which is
did
why
you
I'm glad you're here.
Oh, nice one. So we can do a bit more brainstorming on the
Yeah,
idea.
we can.
I don't know if you know about this. We're
I had
writing
no
a
idea.
sitcom.
Are you two really writing a sitcom?
Yeah, it's on the list of 4 possibles, but there is one
Who actually wrote it?
we haven't
We've
yet.
not wrote any words.
Oh, okay.
We just drunkenly.
I love that. That sounds like a bar idea you came up
It
with.
was.
We
Yeah.
did. It was a bar in Rill.
You know what?
Yeah.
You're Scottish. I'm Asian. Gosh.
That's exactly the idea.
You've got it. People can see it immediately. We came up with it in a bar in Rill.
Yeah.
After a
North
gig
Wales.
in North Wales.
Wow, that's how boring North Wales is.
I beg your pardon. We had a fucking great night.
Yeah, it was a great night.
What at the bar?
Yeah, we just started talking and bonding.
You know what, Wales? I always forget how big Wales is.
Sorry. Is it?
It's pretty big. Yeah. Because every time I go to Wales, I'll be like, oh, I want to go like see Wrexham United, and it's like 3 hours away.
Mm.
I'm like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. The Wrexham United is a very new development.
yeah, I like it. I'm a
Yeah.
follower.
Let's not call it Wrexham United, please.
So
Why do
have
you
they, have they changed the name now?
Yeah,
Is
Yeah,
that it?
Wrexham
Yeah.
United.
Just go from Wrexham AFC to Wrexham United.
Yeah.
Why? What's
It's
the...
not just for the match in America.
Listen, okay, I only want to see Ryan Reynolds. I just want to sort of bump. I did tell you I met Ryan Reynolds once, right?
Oh, cool.
No.
Oh, is that Soho House? We
At where?
Soho House.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Soho House.
Oh, you
yeah.
remember that?
Oh, Eshaan, it's funny you say that, but yeah, I might be a member of all of them.
Yeah.
And I saw him sitting down, and
Which Soho House was this?
it was the Shoreditch one.
The Shoreditch one, yeah.
Yeah, he was promoting. Remember that Pikachu film that he was
Yeah,
in?
detective.
He was.
What a stupid fucking sentence.
He was promoting Detective Pikachu,
Yeah.
and I saw him and he had his cat on, and then
Is that Goku and stuff like that?
No.
that's Dragon Ball Z.
Thank you, Stephen. Jesus you're
Christ.
closer to him. Just punch him in the chest. Or something.
I don't know anything about this world.
Pokemon. You remember Pokemon?
Yeah, no.
Gotta
what?
catch them all. Ash Ketchum.
Ash who?
The main guy. No,
Yeah.
I'm not having that.
The
I
Red
don't know who
hat.
Ash Ketchum is.
Stephen, how old are you?
31.
Yes.
You don't look
We're
a day over
all,
30.
we're all similar
No, but-
ages.
yeah,
Pokemon was massive in like the 90s.
Yeah.
You were a kid. What were you doing? Fucking walking around with a briefcase. You were a child.
Genuinely was. I genuinely had a briefcase at school. A Samsonite briefcase. 327 was the code. I used to go in and just like click, open. Oh, so I love my briefcase.
What the fuck? Well, you never had Pokemon cards in your...
No.
Well, yeah. He was promoting that, and he went to the toilet, and I went in the toilet.
So you followed him?
No, sorry.
Sorry.
I went to the toilet first.
Yeah.
He walked in,
Yeah.
and then he went to the urinal, and I was like, oh. I almost thought I was going to look and see. I nearly looked to see if he had a big dick. Just because I felt like it was something I would want to see and tell people. And I didn't. And I sort of went, I washed my hands for a little bit too long. And then he went to wash his hands. And I went, all right. And he went, oh yeah. And I went, ah! And then I walked out. And that was it. Yeah. But I do kind of wish I went in afterwards. But if I went in afterwards, it would have been so obvious because he would have used the urinal at the end.
Yeah.
And it would have been nobody else in there. And then I would have went right next to him. Yeah. But
Have you had any big celebrity sightings, Stephen, in your...
Oh, I thought you were going to say big dick
Oh,
stories.
have you had any big dick?
Have I had big? No.
Yeah. No, okay.
I've not had big celebrity sightings either. That sounds cool. I would have just asked him if his dick was big, I think.
Would you actually?
I would want to know as
Hey,
well.
what you
He's
work-
got the energy.
what you
Yeah.
working with?
Yeah, because he's got Scottish charm, so I think he would have got away with it.
Yeah, he would have thought I was like the wee guy giving him aftershave and stuff afterwards. And been like,
Too white for that.
Yeah.
Too white for
Why are you looking at me? When I went to Australia, dude, I didn't see. I saw maybe 2 black people the whole time. And I remember I was in Melbourne. I went to this club and I went in the toilet. Black guy working it. I was like, God, even in Australia.
Even in Australia.
But when I walked in there, I swear to God, the guy went, I work here. And I
This
went,
is my turf.
and I went, okay. Use the toilet, finished, walked out, and I went, this motherfucker thought I was here to take his
Oh my
job.
God, that's another sitcom.
He literally saw me and he went, I work here, you're probably round the corner.
It's another sitcom. It's like Turd Wars.
What?
Turd Wars instead of Turf Wars,
Yeah.
right?
That's
And
good.
it's black
That's good.
guys.
That sounds like a Channel 5 documentary.
We should definitely make that.
That sounds like a Gillian McKeith type show.
Yeah, we should make that. Turd
It's like you're
Wars.
not eating enough salad.
So Stephen, how are you?
yeah, good.
How's
Thanks.
everything going? What's the crack?
What's the crack? Well, just doing away. I'm just fucking doing Birmingham Glee.
Yeah,
Got engaged last week.
Oh, you got engaged?
that's
Yeah.
a big
Oh,
deal.
congrats, man.
I don't know why.
By the way, sorry.
I don't know why I
In terms
opened
of the
with
highlights of his life- The highlights of his life was breaking into the Glee for a weekend.
and then got engaged. Yeah. In hindsight, I don't know why I opened with.
You really got that the wrong way around.
See, this is what comedy does to you, man.
I know, it is.
Right? It makes you think a weekend at the Glee is more important. Well, congratulations on getting engaged.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the Glee.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks very much.
How long have you been, you've been dating? You?
6.5 years.
Right.
Okay,
High
wow.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
And was it from her?
From me, I was like, for 6.5 years, I was like, let's get married. And she was
Okay.
like, no.
No, I don't want.
No.
Okay.
She was pressure from the start. I like it though, it's cool.
How did you
I don't know why
propose?
my voice went so high.
I'm curious to know how you proposed.
Went to New York City.
Oh, shit.
Ever heard of it?
Fucking hell! Is that like a bar in Glasgow?
Yeah.
Did you propose at like the most inappropriate place ever, like the 9/11 memorial?
You make a joke about that almost. It was the day. Like, so we went to the memorial, and then it was like the second last day, and I was like, I've still not proposed yet. I need to do it at some point.
Did
So-
she have an inkling that you were going to do it or no?
Yeah,
Just-
she did. Because every time I had the ring in my bag the whole time, and every time she went to get like water from it, and I was like, I'll get that.
Yeah.
And she was
but
like,
also, in 6.5 years, you haven't travelled anywhere. And the first the one time.
you know, we go to New York for the week. And then so she did know because our sister kept saying like weeks before, oh, are you going to get nice dresses just in case he proposes? So she kept saying that to me, and I was like, well, don't spoil it. And then she got really angry that I spoiled it.
Oh.
So that was, and then she got really upset. She said, "You can't propose in New York now because I know about it." So I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
That sucks.
yeah,
that's annoying.
Don't put rules on it.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fine, I won't. And I made it really convincing that I won't. And then I
Oh,
thought
you-
that'll make it.
What? You just started snogging other women?
Yeah. yeah.
This is off the cards.
So yeah, she didn't like that, but
yeah.
it was a distraction
So
tactic.
how did you propose? Was it?
So we went to 9/11 Memorial, and it was very fun. And I it wasn't fun. It was
I know what he's saying though. It's interesting, isn't it?
It was interesting, yeah. It was a good day, if you can say that.
It was a good day.
It was a good day. But I got nervous because you put the bag through the security thing.
You got nervous.
Yeah. I got nervous.
You got nervous with a backpack on.
Well, I had the ring in the bag and the guy scanned it and then he looked inside and I was like, he's going to find this and bring it out.
And that sort
And
of
then he's going to end up proposing.
yeah.
that sort of security has no time for romance.
Yeah.
They do not give a shit. They'll
don't
pull
give
it
a
out
shit.
and just go, "What's this piece of shit?"
But then he said, no, he had a kind of glint in his eye and he was like, you have a nice day. As if like I was going to do it.
You
As
caught the one guy from every rom-com film.
yeah. As if I was going to do it at like the end of the memorial, but I waited until after we got dinner. Then we went to Brooklyn to watch the sunset over Manhattan.
Oh.
I thought that was pretty nice.
Yeah. And
That was
then-
pretty good.
You got back to the hotel and then you proposed.
yeah. I bailed at that point.
Did she cry?
No.
Oh, by the way.
So this is a shameful moment for me actually, right?
Yeah.
So she didn't cry at that. She laughed at me, right, to begin with. Do you know, the only 2 times she cried on the holiday was the memorial.
Yeah.
So she should have done
Fair.
it there. And we went.
For who though? Who was she crying for?
The lost Saudis.
She's very pro Bin Laden. So the other time she cried is we went to see Aladdin on Broadway, and the magic carpet lifted up, and she started fucking flooding with tears at that point.
Fucking women, man.
Yeah.
Like, you proposed to her.
I proposed, then she
I thought
laughed.
it was hilarious. And Aladdin's carpet went up.
The magic carpet.
Well, I'm glad you had that. What a beautiful congratulations. That's
Thank
great.
you,
And
thank
I'm so
you.
glad you got through security at the thing. 'Cause
Thanks.
I got rejected from going into the Empire State Building.
Did you really?
Really?
Yeah. I got rejected from going in. My mum almost got us all arrested. Because what had happened is we were queuing up.
Hang on. What year?
This is
So I can figure this security level.
the last holiday I went with 2012.
Yeah, that's still there.
So yeah,
11 years.
2012.
ISIS are making videos,
Yeah,
sending them
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're walking in, and have you been? Did you go to the Empire State Building?
We've been to New York before.
Before, okay, and have
we've
you
done
been?
it. Yeah, done
Right.
that.
So basically, when we were there, they just had like, as people were queuing, they had like the guys with guns like walking up and down. And so this guy
Terrifying.
comes up to me and he goes, "Sir, what is that on your ear?" Because I had a big hearing. aid.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "What's that on your ear?" I said, "It's a hearing aid." He said, "Right, sir, come this way." So then he got me to walk through this scanner thing.
Like, why are you putting that in my ass? Why are you searching my ass? It was my ear.
Yeah, and then he scanned, and then they were like really patting me down. And then 3 or 4 people came,
Ugh.
and they were all like,
Ooh.
they weren't pointing the gun, but they were pointing the gun,
Yeah.
right?
You was alone.
Yeah. So my mum, being like,
Yeah.
"What's going on?" And they're like, "Madam, this is none of your business." And my
Oof,
mum was like,
that's not. That's, you can do better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mum was like, "Yeah, it is. That's my son." And then they went, "He's a legal adult now. He's a legal adult. You don't need to look after him."
Wow, that's what she wants to hear.
And I was just standing there going, "Oh fuck, this is not going to go
You were
well."
like, you just took your hearing aid out. I don't want to hear any of
Yeah,
this.
none of this. And my mum was like, "It doesn't matter whether he's legal adult or whatever. He's still my son. He doesn't stop being my son just because he's over the age of 21." And they were like, "Well, we need to just make sure that everything." And my mum went, "It's a hearing aid. He said that to you." And then she started getting louder
Oh, God.
and screaming. And they were like, "Ma'am, you need to calm down."
Was your
She's
dad
like-
there?
Dad was there.
Yeah.
Dad was like, "I'm out." my dad was like, "Listen, I'm going in. Like, if I start talking, they're arresting me."
Yeah.
And
true.
so my mum was like, you lot need to stop doing this immediately. And they're like, otherwise, what are you going to do, man? My mum, there was a bag on some random dude's bag. She just pushed it off the...
Funny. Why? What?
Because she was getting more angry.
That's like going up to like a security guy and like patting his hat off. You're purposely starting shit.
You're like, ma'am, you need to calm down.
Imagine if your dad did that.
Right. So my mum was just used to have...
And they've got guns.
Yeah.
Do you know how scary it is when you see
My mum wasn't...
police officers with guns and you're not used to... Like, that's why I went to New York. I was in the toilet and there's a police officer taking a piss and I was pissing next to him and I could just see his gun and I kept looking at it and he looked at me and I looked away and I was like, oh no.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, because there was that part of me that was like, oh, just fucking grab it.
Yeah.
The gun, not his dick.
We've already started this podcast with you being quite obsessed with dicks, to be fair.
Certain dicks.
And then my mum's... oh, right, okay.
That's fine. Ryan Reynolds or police. That's fine.
Ryan Reynolds police, and is there a third particular dick that you want to see?
I don't know. The Rocks.
Yeah.
You do know.
I know. That's a quick answer. There's no thinking time there. I was like, Cristiano Ronaldo, The Rocks.
Oh, we didn't ask for the fourth, but thank you. Are there any dicks you want to see, Stephen?
I would see the Rocks. Yeah, sure.
Why not?
Why not?
That's a good dick to see.
I reckon it'd be very disappointing.
Do you think Boris Johnson's has a small one?
Oh, don't want to think about that.
Big time. Yeah.
He's probably got a tiny one, hasn't it?
It has to.
Sometimes you
It
just want to like make sure it is.
I think his one is like thin and long.
No, see, I think it's like small and like chody, but not like wide.
Why are we talking about this on this podcast?
I don't know. I just want to be one of Boris's friends. So
Honestly,
bad.
I'm going to be saying.
I just want a knighthood. I just want to be Boris's friend.
Which politician do you think has got the nicest dick?
You see how we just...
What is this?
You see how we all just lean back for a second? Hold on a minute.
That's a good
Lists
question.
with James Delicious.
The nicest dick.
I reckon Trudeau's...
What do you mean by nice?
Yeah, good question.
So, it's not about the size.
Yeah, just
Ever.
look-wise.
I think it probably just looks well groomed, well kept.
Yeah, Trudeau probably shaves around the bush as well.
Yeah.
So I think Rishi's so self-conscious about being small, he's probably got no pubes to make it look bigger.
No, but I reckon Rishi's got a massive one.
What?
Yeah, because Rishi's one of those deceptively small people. Because all his features are big. Like, his face is as big as his torso. Which makes
Face is as big as he looks like one of those Super Mario
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
It's fucking,
So
that's
I
a
reckon
good
he's
point,
got...
actually.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm still amazed he's so small.
Is he small? Yeah.
He's like
Small guy.
5'6" or something. But he presents 6 foot, so I think Rishi's probably got a decent dick.
How does he present 6 foot?
He looks like he's a tall person.
Yeah.
And then you see a photo of him next to a tall person. And
Right.
he looks like a scale model.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's yeah.
Scottish MPs tend to be quite small.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Hamza's quite... Is he tall? I don't think he is he?
I don't think he's that tall.
Yeah.
Is he
Nicholas
Muslim?
Yes.
Is
He
it?
was a Pakistani. Alex Salmon was quite, well, short but fat.
Yeah, he's a chode, that
He's
guy.
a definite chode.
And he's a bad person as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there was a scandal about him.
Yeah.
It's harassment, some sort of harassment.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
I realise I've just done with Stephen what people do with me, which is ask him about Scottish politics. And people ask me about Pakistani
Next,
politics.
you're going to ask me about fucking... well, what's going on in Nigeria?
Yeah. Why would they ask you about Nigeria? You're Jamaican.
Yeah, I know, but people don't care.
I mean, I do.
you ask me anyway. You're worse. You go, what's going on in Zimbabwe? I saw your people. After you watched Lion King, you were like, Darren, what's going on with your people?
Darren, do you know Scar? So, Stephen, we hung out in Real after a gig.
Yes.
How...
Wrote a sitcom.
wrote a sitcom together. By the way,
Yeah.
the sitcom's going to be sick.
Mm.
We should talk about this.
Yeah.
Should we pitch it here?
Yeah. You want to be on it?
Do you want to be in it?
No, you two...
Bullshit.
I'm the head of... What channel do you want it to be on, if you could dream?
4. Channel 4?
Channel 4?
We think it's... Yeah, I think we think it's a Channel 4.
Okay,
It's
I'm
edgy. It's edgy.
I'm head of comedy. I'm Channel 4, John Petrie.
You're not...
You two can...
Okay.
You two can sell me.
You
Pitch
would
it,
not be
elevator
head.
pitch.
You're a producer. Right.
Okay, elevator
All right, you
pitch.
have to... Fucking... Even in a hypothetical, I can't be the CEO of Channel. All right, I'll be the producer then. Hit me with your show.
You want to do a bit of
Aaron,
punch?
welcome, lads. How's it going?
Good, thanks. How are you,
Yeah,
John?
it's a nice day today, isn't it?
Yeah,
beautiful,
sorry, what's your
yeah.
name?
Nice day. My name's Darren Harriott.
Darren.
hi,
What do you do?
Oh, I am the CEO of Channel 4.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Straight to the
Wow,
top. Well, that's
congratulations.
Yeah, some people say I make dreams come true, and I tell those people, yeah, I do. So, I haven't got that much time.
Yeah.
right. Quick pitch. We've got an idea for
Okay,
you.
love that. It's already a good start.
It's a sitcom.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It is very funny.
It's
Okay. Funny sitcom. I'm thinking Derry Girls. Is it anything like Derry Girls?
No,
No,
No.
it's,
it's
Okay.
not
Father Ted?
ensemble. It's a buddy comedy.
it's a buddy comedy. So
IT Crowd.
it would be really helpful if you stopped naming sitcoms.
So I'm just saying because on 4OD they're our
Yeah,
number one
okay,
sure.
streaming show.
Yeah.
So we're trying to, and obviously
I
Derry
see.
Girls and Father Ted
Sure.
and IT Crowd finished a long time ago. So we're looking
This
for-
is the unlikely story of two buddies and a young Asian man and a young Scottish man.
okay.
We wrote this a few years ago, so it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
they're not that young
We'd have
anymore.
to cast someone else to
So
play.
it's like two different sort of cultures coming together.
Yeah,
Coming
and they
together.
meet
In
in
like a
bar.
comedy, fun kind of way,
Yes.
similar to Rush Hour.
Yes,
Yes, very similar to Rush
Very
Hour.
similar.
And they meet in a bar and they discover that someone's dad is widowed and someone's mother is separated.
Widowed.
Widowed, also widowed.
Both widowed.
Okay.
Both
Make sure
widowed.
you know the
Yeah, widowed.
facts
Yeah,
of the show.
we
Both widowed. And we drunkenly have the idea that we want to set them up. One's in Scotland, the white lady,
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
That's-
that makes sense.
that's my mum.
That's your mum? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
and my dad, the Pakistani Muslim man,
Yeah.
is in London.
Yep.
Okay, so you come in together of
And then the whole series leads up to the moment where they meet and they hate each other.
Yeah. And
Okay.
the final episode is a 1 minute episode where they see each other and go, don't fancy them, and walk off.
End of
so
end
the,
of series.
so the whole build up of this show is leading towards them
That-
not getting together
Yeah.
and it's just like a quick
Yeah.
ending.
And it's a 1 minute episode. That's the important thing.
Okay, well, I mean, I appreciate you coming in and it's been a great idea. Have you considered YouTube? YouTube is an option out there, I would say.
You think?
Well,
Yeah,
no, because we.
It sounds like a podcast.
No, it doesn't.
Sounds like a
Because
short
over the course of the 5 episodes, you see our friendship
Yes.
get tested,
Mm-hmm.
but also.
5
we're-
15-minute episodes.
Yep. And no, well,
No.
half an hour to 45 minutes. And
Yeah.
you also see us learning more about our parents.
Yeah.
And it's heartfelt, it's comedic,
It's
it's
funny
diverse, it's funny.
as well as comedic.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Moving.
Is there any way we could get Sharon Horgan to write it? We just want somebody who's tried and tested and very good and not you two.
I would sell it. I would sell
Oh,
it.
we'll be up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Do we
Okay.
get money? Do we get a cut?
And will you, yeah, lovely.
okay, I'll
And
sell
then
it. Yeah.
After this meeting, will you get us the manager?
Out. Out. I mean, it sounds like a fun idea. I'm trying to think of something that was similar.
Nothing is similar. There is nothing
It's a
similar.
bit like Step Brothers. We decided
a bit like Step Brothers.
in a way.
But have you two randomly just met in this bar, or you know each other anyway?
It was a
Just-
convention we met at. It was
we
like
met at a
a
convention.
a marketing convention
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah. We're both working this really boring.
And
job.
then you both. To me, this sounds like there's some like secret sort of you two want to fuck each other vibes. And
we
you're
could
just
put
using
that
your
in.
I mean,
parents.
that's not outside the realms of possibility.
No,
No,
Is
I'm
it,
just
Tom?
throwing it out there because I
Yeah.
feel
Well, I
like
just think it adds a layer
when
of
you two are going to fuck
complication
each
for
other.
no reason.
Oh,
Whereas I think actually the funny thing is two guys who are actually finding out about each other and becoming friends or not.
however, in the world of
We're
social
auditioning
media,
to be brothers.
I'm still the CEO of Channel 4.
Yeah.
In the world of sort of online and apps and stuff, wouldn't they just like FaceTime each other, the parents? How are we going to hide that and make it like a big thing? Because obviously you could literally just phone your mum and go, Mum.
They're both technophobes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
but they're
old.
going to be older, aren't they?
They're
They're
older.
old. We can set it in 2007.
Yeah,
Or
but no,
whatever.
we don't really like period pieces. It costs extra money and it's hard to hide an iPhone. like it just makes it harder. You know?
I wouldn't say 2007 was a
You
period
just
piece,
said
was it?
Derry Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derry Girls was. Yeah, but we're not doing that
commissioned Derry
again.
Girls.
Do that again with teenagers who are 25.
I like Derry Girls.
I like it.
a lot. One of my
I'm
favorite.
not going
sitcoms.
against. I like
Yeah.
In-Betweeners, but again, it was teenagers who were like 24 or whatever.
Yeah, we'll be
What?
teenagers in it as
Yeah.
well.
What's your playing age?
Oh, my playing age is this. There's one thing when it comes to me in acting, same as my voiceovers, you get this. How old is he? I don't know, turning 35 in September. I don't do anything. I can't allow that.
You could be 60 and dress young.
What? Excuse me? That was hurtful because it was aimed at me.
Just subtle bit of
I know, right? You could be 60 and play young. I've seen black guys who don't look their age.
Yeah, exactly.
But 60.
You're like, all those. There's so many African footballers who are like, I'm 16. You're like, you're 42. You
Who
are.
was that? Who was that one footballer that was legendary?
Graham Souness. I can't remember his name. Graham Souness signed for Southampton. Do you know the story?
No.
You're not a football fan, are you?
It was kind of.
There's
sometimes.
Graham Souness.
And he was wearing the blue. I can't remember what team it was.
Southampton.
Was it Southampton?
Yeah. And then he signed this player who was like a cousin of, I'm going to say George Ware or something like this.
Ooh.
So he was like, he's going to be sick. Brought him on within 5 minutes. Was like, he is absolute dog shit, and took him off. Can't remember his name. Can't remember his name.
Football aside, Stephen, how long have you been doing comedy for?
2012, 13, kind of
Okay.
at the end. So 10 years.
So what made you get into comedy? Oh,
Oh
look
no, the Comedian podcast.
at us. Well, tell us your inner thoughts and how your writing process.
I got into comedy because I was a bit of a class clown
Yeah.
in
same.
school.
Were you the funny kid?
Kind of, but in a sort of pretending that I'm not meaning to be funny way. You know?
Oh wow!
Right,
I
yeah,
was the
okay.
opposite. I was very like you could have put me on one of those tiny unicycles. I was doing everything. I was doing everything I could. I was doing everything I could to be the funny guy in school.
Yeah.
Oh, I respect that.
I would act stupid and go, what, pretend that
See?
pretend that I didn't know what
That
was going on.
surprises me because from the moment I met you, you've always had like this quiet confidence.
You think?
Yeah, from the moment I met you, you've always been like, I felt like you were so considered. I never imagined that in school you were like needing to do.
Just bit by bit. I wouldn't be like full unicycle
Yeah,
or whatever,
of
but I
course.
would be.
That's what we
I
call
was
him.
spinning plates. Full unicycle.
But yeah, I would do wee bits and pretend that I was more stupid than what I am. I'm quite stupid, but I would put it on a bit.
Right.
And then I won the funniest boy award at the prom.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That is also like least likely to fuck.
It's the same award, yeah.
yeah. They awarded it to you, and you went.
Oh, I'm not getting laid. I'll
fuck.
take this clip-on bow tie off.
Get one of those hats that's propeller on.
That's so funny.
Funny boy. What other awards were there at the school?
Funniest girl.
Yeah.
Oh, she hated that.
Yeah.
Was she the fat girl?
No, I'm surprised.
okay.
No.
Eshaan.
Normally it is.
You know what it's
Normally,
like in school?
It's the same. It's the same thing as the funniest dude. It's like
Angel, your eyes are amazing. You're so funny.
that girl.
No, it was. I was about to say it was a normal girl. I was asking. I didn't say it. It was a skinny girl.
Normal girl.
No, that was cut that. She was skinny. There was moving on.
enough.
There was
Her size has got nothing to do with how funny she is, by the way, Stephen. How dare you?
there was Rear of the Year. There was
What?
Voted for by the teachers.
Yeah.
Voted for by the teachers.
Rear of the year at your eyes. Jesus.
Yeah.
Was that a girl or a boy who won?
Same funniest girl. She
Oh, who is she?
Who is
she up to?
Who is this unicorn? Yeah. She won Rear of the Year and funniest
funniest.
girl.
Get out.
Holy shit.
Listen.
Is this in Glasgow?
Yeah.
Damn.
So she just left with like double awards on either side.
She's like, yeah, Mbappe. Like, right, okay.
Yeah, she's like Phoebe Waller-Bridge, just leaving with all these awards.
Okay, what else was there? Do you remember?
There was best double act. There was most likely to, be the prime minister or whatever.
Okay.
Those
Who
kind of
voted
awards.
for that? Was it just the pupils?
Yeah, pupils 6th year at school. So I don't know what you would call that.
Yeah, because best double act is the one who's annoying the teachers the most, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
the teachers aren't going to go,
Yeah.
oh, we really like those two together. No, because they're probably
Yeah.
the nightmare, right?
So the
Yeah.
rear of the year funniest girl, like, what's she up to? Do we know?
Yeah, what's her Instagram? She sounds like she hits hits an nail on the head.
I'll give you after. Don't
Oh,
worry.
okay.
Yeah.
But what does she, do you know what she does now?
Anyway, it's
No.
an account.
I don't actually have a clue. I've not spoke to her in
Okay.
years.
Does she look at you and go, I should have started stand-up, you know?
Yeah.
Could have got into it.
Maybe she could have.
That's great.
What do your old classmates think of your comedy career? Are they surprised by it?
No, no. I think most of my mates who know me are
Yeah.
like, yeah, fair enough.
Makes sense.
Maybe like people out with that group would have been like, because I was a bit quieter until like fifth, sixth, like the last 2 years of school.
Yeah.
So when all the people left, and then I kind of came out my
Yeah.
shell a bit. So maybe they would be surprised.
Yeah.
And did you do other things before you started comedy then?
Worked in the co-op for 9 years.
Holy shit. You
Nice.
9.
Did it become a? Did you have the funeral side? I like those.
Yeah.
Mine one has a co-op, and then next
The
to it is
funeral care.
Funeral care.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
just came for eggs.
The only discount we got were you got 5% off food and 33% off funerals.
Jeez,
Th-
pretty good.
Funerals are
33.
expensive, you know.
They are.
yeah,
they're
but you
pretty-
can't use it for your friends or family. It's only for yourself.
But if you,
Yes, how do you activate that?
wait,
so yeah, if you want to buy a funeral for yourself in the future, you can use the discount.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Christ,
so-
that is.
Have you done that?
No,
Yeah, but you
no,
have
I
to.
missed out.
You have to be buried in your co-op uniform. That's, that's branding.
Yeah, so that was the only perk of the job, waiting to die, essentially.
That's really funny.
That's
so funny.
Shame is delicious.
Well, that's a nice plug for co-op funeral care.
Thanks.
33% off. I've saved money for my funeral.
Have you?
I put
Really?
aside $5,000 for my funeral. Yeah.
$5,000 for your funeral. Okay, you just being thrown overboard. $5,000. What's that going to get you? You know how much funerals cost so much. Funerals are so tombstone and everything.
So, listen, I'm not doing a big Jamaican funeral.
Okay.
What?
I
Yeah,
thought you-
where's the carnival?
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I thought you were hiring a band to come and play for you and carry it out.
I had an amazing story from a comedian recently who told me that when her dad died,
What colour is she?
black,
Okay.
when her dad died, he was 92. 6 women carried the coffin, all laying claim to be his first love.
I already know which comedian you're talking about.
It's fucking great.
6 women just turned up, just claimed, wow.
And they carried the coffin. They were like, he's my lover. They're like, no.
So what are you doing here?
How good is that?
I was fucking him.
92. That is
Good.
epic.
I gotta respect that. I love an old pimp.
Yeah, I love an old pimp too.
We'll talk
We'll
about.
talk about that in a minute. Right, plug. What you plugging, Darren?
I'm at the Edinburgh Fringe all August. My show, Roadman. I'm also on tour in September. Tickets are. I mean, they are moving at a snail's pace. Holy shit, help me out. Fuck. I'm never touring again after this.
Yes.
So do buy tickets,
Yes,
Roadman.
you are.
No, I fucking will not. Are you sure?
Well, I am busy with doing some tour support for K Kurd.
Look at you,
All over the
Mr. Tour
country.
Support.
I know, that's kind of become my thing, isn't it?
You're nailing it. You do Judy's tour, you do Mickey's tour, you do Kay's tour.
Yeah, so I'm on tour support all throughout the autumn and winter. So go to kkurd.com for tickets if you want to come and see me, but mainly come and see Kay. But I'll be doing a different 20, and I'm working towards a new tour for the back of next year. So come and check me out.
Are you no date for your special releasing or anything?
Not yet.
No.
Stephen, anything else? You'd
Yes,
like?
I'm doing the Fringe as well. If you want to come to that, I'm doing every day. Papa Pow. Caricature at Monkey Barrel, 1:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, and Monkey Barrel, they pick their acts because they're very specific.
And what's your socials as well, Stephen?
At Stephen Buchanan.
Yeah, get at Stephen. He does really funny videos and whatnot, man.
Yeah,
so,
brilliant
yeah,
videos.
do give him
Thanks,
a
guys.
follow. I'm actually jealous you're doing 1:30.
It's Stephen with a PH, by the way.
PH, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I went with G.
Stephen.
I don't know. I thought it'd be funny. Just let it die in the room. Can we just move on?
Buy tickets for Darren's tour. For more of those singers.
Fucking 7 tickets in Margate.
Oh, mate.
Intimate.
yeah, intimate. Yeah.
Shame is delicious. Shame is delicious.
So look, here's a podcast all about shame. Are you a shameful person?
Yeah, I've got big shame.
See, this is what I tell you all the
Big shame.
time. It's rare that you don't have shame. Everybody has full of it.
Yeah.
I feel most comedians, that's how we get into comedy.
Do you get
Yeah.
embarrassed easily then?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
My face
I do.
goes so red all the time. Right now,
Yeah.
this is embarrassing for me.
Being on this podcast.
Being on this podcast. No,
If you,
this
was
is
on,
a-
if you was on stage and your trousers fell down,
Yeah.
wouldn't you be embarrassed?
No.
I don't know why I picked such a fucking long
I'd be like,
Hardy.
I'd be like smaller than you expected, isn't it?
And we're back on Dick.
Okay, that's interesting.
Do you?
You get embarrassed easily.
Yeah, I've got to ask. Have you ever had can you think of the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on stage?
on stage, apart from just like a death.
Yeah, just like a normal death. Yeah, but like anything that stands out to you and you go,
Embarrassing.
"Ooh." Or even like a really bad gig, like like a horrible corporate gig or some.
Oh, I done I done a corporate a few weeks ago, the fishing awards.
Oof.
That was fucking bad.
Where was that?
It was in Aberdeen.
Oh,
The fish.
something about the word Aberdeen makes it sound even worse.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining a bunch of guys turning up in wellies.
Yeah.
They're all in wellies and gilets. It's like, you're not fishing now, dude.
Were these individuals fishing or was it companies doing fishing? Like what was
Bit
the
of both. So it was
Right.
the awards for like there was a fisherman over 10 meters that was I don't know what the things were.
What like governing board is like? I thought you just go fishing. Is it like a competition?
Well, it's like because so there's this thing called the Fishing News newspaper, and the readers of that get to decide who wins, who's their favorite
Okay.
fisherman and stuff. I don't know, but
I can imagine it's full of middle-aged men
yeah,
who are rather grumpy
Yeah.
and just like their own space because they
and
do
constantly
Yeah.
asking for compliments.
Yeah. But we'll edit that out. So
Fishing
was
compliments.
you doing? Because I'm doing more corporates now. I said before I don't do corporates anymore, and then
I'll be honest, I can't imagine you at a corporate.
right because I have to be whatever they want. You
I
know this
can't
when you do a
imagine you at a
corporate,
corporate, yeah.
you've got to be what they want, and I don't want to be what they want. I like being what I want.
Yeah.
But the money's been really insane that they're offering, so
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'll just take it. I've got to do one corporate, which is a roast.
oh,
Like I got to go in there and just roast the fuck out of people.
well, that's quite good.
That's fun.
That's
I can't imagine you wearing a suit blazer and a suit trouser
Oh,
of the
but-
same colour. I
No.
could never see you do that.
I wouldn't wear a tie as well. Ugh, I feel like such a fucking sellout if I turn up in a tie. Oh, hello. How's my double Windsor? Eat my ass. I have to eat lunch. Did you have to eat dinner with them or anything?
Yeah.
Was it
And
fish?
and I don't like fish. I don't eat fish, so it was like. Yeah, it was like this langoustine paste tart, and I was literally like putting a mouthful and taking a big drink of water at the same time.
Like paracetamol, just fucking-
Yeah, I was like, oh,
You
this
know
is
what?
lovely.
You know what gets me when you do those gigs? You always was you just your only comic.
Yes.
You always feel like you're on your own and there's
Yeah.
nobody else there because everyone's looking at you, because they know who you are, and it feels
Yeah.
so fucking weird. Anyway, how did it go?
Horrible. It was so bad.
What did
and
you
they
have-
kept saying like, "Oh, you should have been here 2 years ago. This guy died in his arse." It was so fun. Like it wasn't funny, but I mean, you can't do as bad as him. And then I went up and fucking
Hold my
ate
beer.
shit. Yeah.
Hold my salmon.
What did you have to do? You have to do some stand up and present awards, or
20 minutes, then present the awards, and then
Oh, you had to do the stand up before the awards,
Yeah.
and then you just
yeah. So
after you bombed, you gotta keep going up there.
So, like, I'd say the first minute or two went fine, like a few laughs, and then it just fucking went downhill from there. And it probably ended up, I'd done about 16. I thought that was a good effort.
Yeah,
That's a good effort.
every corporate I've ever done, I've never done the exact time.
No.
I'm always a couple minutes early.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, wait, we had a good time. Wait, oh, you guys ready for it? I'm like a wrestling promoter, dude, and a random like, who's having a good time tonight?
Yeah.
Let's go. And I'm like, ooh.
They kept saying, like, oh, if you're having fun up there, do as long as you want. I was like, no, I'm not I'll do 16 is what I'm going
It's
to do.
so
yeah.
funny because they always tell you who bombed.
Yeah.
I remember when I did one that I had an okay, I did all right at, and the one was like, oh, we had Ed Byrne here, and they hated him, and he just had like a horrible gig, and then the guy told me what he got paid, and I was like, oh, fucking Ed Byrne's winning. I was like, oh yeah, he did his time, but like he just like I think everybody was really offended by him or something.
by Ed Byrne?
And I was like, she was like, oh, he was bad, and the guy was like, we paid him X amount, and I went, what? That's mental. Like, good for Ed. I would
Yeah.
take a death for whatever he got paid.
What was the amount?
It was like tens of thousands.
Fuck's
More than, it was amazing. And I was like,
fuck.
great. Good for him. That's what you want, though. That's the whole point of a corporate. You get paid a shitload of money, whether it goes good, whether it goes bad.
Just think of the money and go.
You just think of the money and go, I need to start thinking more like that because I just want to go in, do my thing, have the car waiting, and I'm hopping in.
That's easy for you because you're not thinking about jokes now anyway. So, in terms of...
What the fuck was that about? Fucking...
Listen.
This fucking guy.
This guy.
Eshaan's only saying that because Eshaan's pretty good at corporates.
Are you?
Because he's got scumbag banking origins.
Yeah.
So Eshaan...
They're his people.
Yeah,
They're very much my
Eshaan will
people.
turn up there, he'll do all the banking jokes.
Yeah,
He's that guy.
I'll turn up and be like, LIBOR, am I right? They're like, this guy.
Did you say LimeWire?
LIBOR. London interbank offer rate. The rate that banks offer each other when they're lending each other money.
Yeah, book Eshaan.
Book me for
You know what
corporates.
corporates I have done that is really good, and you'd be really good at this because you do really good videos. I've made like safety videos for companies.
Oh.
So they've asked, because loads of companies say, "Oh, we want to do our talk about how our business has changed." So I did one for Dave, and Dave has now changed. They've changed its slogan and all that. And it was like a 5-minute video, and they wanted like a funny comedy thing. So we filmed the whole thing, and I've done a couple of those. And they're just as good, but obviously it's just filming. It's easy.
Yeah.
Do you
that.
get like brand deals and stuff because you do such great videos?
No, such what?
Great videos.
I thought you said weird videos.
I know. Hearing a compliment from Eshaan is rare, isn't it?
So what? Can you
No,
repeat?
Stephen, I like you.
Oh, thank you.
So
I
I'll say
like you
nice
as
things
well.
to you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, come on.
It's more of a racial thing, if anything.
Yeah.
You know, I do some of those sort of things, like wee sketches for Iron Brew or Tenants or whatever. It's
great.
Mostly Scottish
For
companies.
fuck's sake.
I fucking love an Iron Brew, though.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Iron Brew's great. What's a great spirit to have with an Iron Brew, actually?
It doesn't really mix well with spirits.
See.
All right with vodka.
I would have thought vodka, yeah.
No.
Yeah, like a clear, yeah.
Yeah. Is
That's
it
what I
like
would've
Dr.
thought.
Pepper, where everything is just Dr. Pepper? Like, you can
Yeah.
put fucking...
Or a gin.
I don't like gin with anything other than, like, tonic.
Yeah.
Anyway, fucking hell. Okay, so you did this corporate.
Yeah, so at the start of the corporate, there was a minister who went up to say...
The Minister of Fisheries or something.
Just a minister from the local parish to say grace. And then,
Oh, that's the last. That's. I would say that is equally as bad as somebody going up at a gig to talk about their dead brother.
well, this is what happened.
Oh!
She then said 2 fishermen have died recently, and we need to do a little, a wee thing to commemorate their memory.
Fuck me.
And then, welcome Stephen Buchanan.
Stephen Buchanan's going to deliver the eulogy.
Oh, that's the thing about corporates, man. They never get easier. They're always
Yeah.
just, you never know what the venue is going to be. That's the main thing with me in corporates. Why I'm always like, ugh. No, 2 reasons why I'm very like anti-corporates for myself. One, I don't know the venue. Normally, there's no venue. You're just performing on you could be performing in a studio to people who are just standing, and you're standing on no stage. And the other one is you're by yourself.
Yeah.
There's no other acts. There's nothing else happening, and you're just going up cold, and it's just it feels so weird and so forced and all that sort of stuff. I would love to do corporate. I'd love to see how corporates work for like a Jimmy Carr.
Yeah.
Or like, I know Joel Dommett does loads.
Just come and see me.
And Tom, no, I'm talking about like funny, successful comedians. No, funny and successful. That's mainly funny. I would love to see how they do corporates, because I know they kill it because they do, but they're also quite, known and famous. And
We're actually in a
Yeah.
WhatsApp group
of
of corporate comics that get booked.
True story. On Saturday, I get my skin done. Oh, Stephen. So you know.
He's actually white.
You know what I'm saying? And the woman who does my hair, she's really good. She does my hair, does my face. She's great, Amy. She was like, "Oh, I had a corporate. I went to a corporate event, and there was a comedian hosting it. And when you meet someone who talks about a comedian, you're dying.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was the Aesthetic Awards.
Yeah.
So there was 2. One was for some book awards, and she said that comedian was terrible. And I know, I'll tell you in a bit.
Okay.
So that comedian was terrible, really bad, not funny, was having a horrible gig. The other comedian at the Aesthetic Awards, she said was fucking fantastic, Susie Ruffle. And I was like, oh, Susie's great.
Yeah.
She said, yes, Susie came on immediately and just had them and just destroyed at the aesthetic award. I was like, oh, but the other comedian, oh, yeah.
I'd like to know that.
yeah, well, that one had a bad one.
So it went as you died at this gig, because
Yes.
we've all died.
Of course.
Had you eaten then?
Yeah, so we have the dinner. Horrible dinner. And then that's what I don't like as well, because, like you say, you're the only comedian there, but you're having to speak to people you don't know, and you're forcing it. And they were nice people. Like,
I never
but-
eat dinner with them.
Never done it in my life.
Is that? Can you say
Yeah.
that? Can you say?
Oh, you can not only can you say that, you can say, can I have mine wrapped to go?
Yeah.
And I have mine ready, and
Yeah.
as soon as I leave, I take it and I eat it in the car.
Or have
wherever
it
I'm
in
going
the
home.
green room, or have it in
Yeah,
there.
you can have it sent.
You
Ah.
you never have to eat with them. Now.
I didn't know
never
that
ever
was an
eat- yeah,
option.
I never ever eat with them.
Yeah, it's just
Never.
too weird. It's too
Yeah.
weird, man.
Yeah, because you want to go over your stuff, and you're just sitting there eating a
No matter
langoustine
how
tart.
well it goes or whatever, I am. As soon as leave the coat on the side of the stage. As soon as I'm done, coat on, out.
Bro,
Then-
I'm
don't
literally on
even
stage
say bye
with
to
my,
the
I've got my bag on while I'm on stage. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm-
as you put dinner with a final joke.
I can see it, dude.
I went to the supermarket the other day. I was doing self-service, and yeah.
I tell you, when I leave the stage, there is a car outside waiting like I'm fucking Peter Kay.
Yeah.
I'm 2 foot slide in that car, and I am out.
It's just a window now. You just dive straight in.
Straight, yeah. I'll tell you, when it comes to corporate, Stephen, man, you can literally get anything you like that. You don't have to do any of it.
I
man.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I also have got to the point now where they tell me to turn up at 5 and my stage is 9. I'm like, no, not doing it.
No. Oh yeah. I don't even let them know I'm not turning up at that time. I turn up, just before I go on stage.
Yeah,
Turn up
not doing it.
for what? 5 o'clock and do what? What's your award ceremony? I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Do not give a fuck about this.
But I'm more into hosting the award show
Yes.
than doing stand up.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be funny constantly
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you're doing that.
Yeah,
do you add in jokes for that?
Yeah, you can add it in jokes. Because sometimes there's stuff that's just so obvious. I don't mind doing like say a 5 to 10 bit at the beginning. Oh, welcome to the like. I remember when I was at the TV Choice Awards with ITV when I was back doing Love Island, and Joe Brand.
There were like 3 different drops there. Did you hear that?
I'm not. You know, I had a great year last year. It's weird because I was doing Love Island last year, and this year I'm here. So things have changed. It's nice to be sacked. So Joe Brand came out, and you know when you see a comedian out at one of these things, because you as a comic you're like.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I saw Shappy Khorsandi at the RTS
Shaparak.
Awards. Shaparak Khorsandi, Jesus Christ, how could I forget? Shaparak Khorsandi, and same thing. Joe Brand came out, did the best of. She did like a 10-minute best of Joe Brand. Like I'd heard some of the stuff before,
Yeah.
smashed it, and I was like, fucking great. That's what you do. And then she was just hosting it. And after that, I don't think she even bothered to do any jokes. She didn't need to. It was just straight.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what it should be. I always feel like if you're hosting the award ceremony, half an hour, 20 minutes is too long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
far
Just
too
do
long.
10 at the beginning.
Yeah.
Keep it nice short. A little bit about you, a little bit about the company. Should we get on with the awards? Everyone's hammered.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
everyone's
exactly.
just pissed up.
I done a corporate Zoom gig during lockdown. Did you do any of those?
Yeah, I
I
really
did
love
one of them,
those.
and they were the best
I love
corporate
them.
gigs I'd ever done.
I loved most of them. One, I done everybody refused to put on the cameras and the mics,
Brilliant.
so it's just a black screen.
Even better.
And-
Even better.
Yeah, but it's
Practice it
like
at home.
the Schrodinger's cat thing. I could either be having the best gig of my life or the worst gig of my life. I don't know.
Oh, dude.
I genuinely didn't know how it went.
It's like being a webcam girl, isn't it?
Yeah, Stephen's OnlyFans. It's true though. Like I did one of them. The main difference when you do corporate gigs, obviously on Zoom, is, and I still do loads of them. They're still going around. Is the people at work who will be shithouses at the gig are now with their families. And
Yeah.
you can see in their house, and it's like his husband and wife, and the kids are there,
Yeah.
and then you're just doing your jokes. It's such a different vibe.
Yeah.
Everyone's so calm. Main thing, you can have all your notes. Oh,
Yeah.
did I have all my notes about this? What was
Yeah.
it? Deloitte? I had all
Yeah.
my Deloitte jokes right here. And I was like, oh, such a game changer, man. Yeah.
I didn't even have notes. I had the transcript. I was just reading word for word.
Also cute.
Yeah, word for word.
So much. Yeah, man. God, yeah. I need to get, I definitely need to get better at them, I think, and more, because it's like, I think you've been doing it as well, is when you do a corporate gig, you just have to go, right, I'm a comedian, but I am just like a corporate performer. I'm not even like Stephen Buchanan, the comedian. I'm just like this guy
Yeah.
who they've hired to do a job. Never going to see these people again. Just go in there and get it done. Yeah.
But I let it get to my head though. I'm like, I get it's the shame thing, and get so embarrassed easily. So if I know I'm going to die because it's a tough gig, and then I'm like, this is the worst feeling ever. I just can't get that. I can't wash it off me for days.
What is it that you're feeling though? Because at a corporate gig, it doesn't matter. But what is it that you're feeling?
I know, but it's just
No, I feel like a corporate gig matters. It matters to me more. Like if I die at a club gig, I'm like, fine. But if I die at a corporate gig, I'm like,
really?
Yeah, for
I would
some
say
reason.
club gig because it's comedy fans, and if you die at that, then it's more like a reflection on your jokes. But corporate gigs, like you say, I don't think it's that bad to die at those, but I still feel it because it's just a room to 400 people staring at you for 2 hours.
Have both of you ever considered just not dying?
I mean, yeah. I've died at one of them and it was absolutely awful. I think I said it before, but I gave the fingers. When I left. Oh my God, yeah, it was bad.
A corporate?
Oh my God, yeah, it was builders or something.
Oh!
And they were nice, but I was like, I had an attitude. That was the last corporate. I went in there with like, I fucking don't want to do this shit. Why am I doing corporate gig? Fucking do it. And I had a bit of an attitude and it started off well. And then I can't remember, I got into it with this guy on the front row and then a couple of boos started and I yelled at the guy for booing. And then it was just boos. And then at the end, I just went, still getting paid, still getting paid, and walked off. And by the time I got to the car, I already got a text from my old Vicky who used to read, what happened?
Don't think you're getting paid, son.
Didn't get paid. Didn't get paid.
Did you not get paid?
No, dude, that was I think it was like $3,000. Nope.
What? They're meant to pay you at least half, though, aren't they?
Didn't get any of it. They were
Fuck.
like, we're not paying.
Because of that, or because
it was just bad. It was just not good. And we didn't even like argue. It was just like, yeah, what can you do? It's recorded somewhere because they record those award ceremonies. That's another thing I always forget. All those corporate gigs, they're normally recorded because it's a award ceremonies. But I just went like, but still getting paid. And I walked down the aisle, still getting paid. And it was massive. Still getting paid. Still getting paid. Did not get paid, bro, at all. Yeah, but I learned a lot from that. The main thing I learned was sort my attitude out. I can't go in there with this, I'm too cool for school. So I got a corporate next month and another one in September. And I'm much more like, okay, fucking, I'm here. I know what to do. Do a job. And also, don't be afraid to, like, if you need to get writers with jokes for certain things and all that sort of stuff. Like, because sometimes, so you want to sit down and write banking jokes. I don't even know banking.
You can just call me.
Hire you. Do you write for people's corporates?
Yeah.
Do you?
I write a bit. I like the first 3 to 4 minutes is like company or award specific.
Right, okay.
Hey guys, who likes money?
Yeah. And it's usually
Not the person
intentionally.
who storms out of the corporate.
It's usually intentionally shit jokes.
Right.
I usually have an opener, which is I've written some
Intentionally
jokes.
shit jokes?
Yeah.
Okay,
So I'm like,
intentionally?
Yeah.
You intentionally try and be shit?
Yeah.
It's not
It's actually really hard for me.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And I usually say something like, oh, I've specifically written jokes for this awards, but like you, I don't actually give a fuck about any of this. So it's not going to make any sense. And then I say this
Boo.
stuff. Yeah.
Get off.
Yeah, none of you really dreamed of being Tyler of the Year, did you?
Tyler of the Year. That's a pretty good job, though.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I know, I've been doing comedy so long, I'm like, anything else? That's a good skill.
So, I mean, that's probably, dying at corporate, like, has happened to all of us, but that's probably not like your shameful, like, what's the main source of your shame usually outside of comedy?
I just get embarrassed
Do
all the time.
you?
Yeah, all the time. When I was about 6 or 7, I wrote my first little joke book.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wrote a joke book, but I got so ashamed by the cringe jokes that I was writing that I went out and buried it in the woods.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, you buried your joke book like porn.
Wait, so you were 6, 7, you're writing your own jokes, and you're like, as you're writing, you're
like
like
knock jokes, you know.
Right, but then as you were writing, you're like, this is a crock of shit.
Yeah, so at the time I was like, oh, is this how you write jokes? I was working it out and I was like, that could be funny.
Jesus.
Found it like a couple of weeks later and I went, what the fuck is this? This is, no one can find this. I need to bury this in the woods.
You had shame as a child.
Do you remember any of the jokes?
No, it was like knock knock.
Who's there?
It's like doctor jokes, you know, that sort of stuff.
yeah.
Pull yourself together, that sort of shit.
Can we do one of them? Do you remember any of them?
I don't remember any
Fuck.
because I buried them. I buried it in my mind
Have
and
you left
in the
the
woods.
house?
Yeah.
So you
It could still be in the
you
woods.
time capsules your joke book.
It could still be
Can
there.
you imagine, like 150 years from now, right? They're building new builds there, and they
Yeah.
And they dig it up and they find a little book from a Stephen Buchanan.
I don't know if I
What
put
do
my
you
name
call
in it.
just terrible joke? What do you call a fish without an eye?
yeah. And then they're just like, oh, this gives
That
you
would
a...
have worked well at the fishing awards, to be fair.
Yeah, it's like, oh, shit!
Shit, should have kept that.
So what instigated the embarrassment then? You wrote the jokes out. and you
Wrote
came
them,
back.
thought they were fine, found it later, and then just had this complete
Meltdown.
crisis of conscience where I was like, this is cringe. This is so cringe. I need to. And I could have just ripped up and put it in the bin, but I don't know why I buried it. I think I'd watched.
just
I mean, that is a real
just a
dislike
thought.
of what you wrote down.
Yeah, it's just a thought of little 6-7-year-old Stephen Buchanan going to his mum saying, "Where's the spade from our last trip to the beach?"
Didn't even have a spade. It was just my finger,
like a
like a dog. Put it in there.
That's so.
I don't think I had shame at that age.
And
When did it happen for you? The shame.
At high school.
Right. Okay.
High school's all
That makes sense.
Yeah, high school. Because remember, you got to be like the cool kid in high school. You got to be cool. You got to be popular. You want everybody to like you. And didn't quite work out that way early on.
Yeah,
And then as I got older, I became pretty cool.
that's what they say. That's what all the cool people say, don't they?
Became
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
pretty cool.
So now then, with your jokes and your videos, there's stuff out there. Do you ever look back and go, "What the fuck"?
Yeah, sometimes I'm like,
You watch it back?
I don't watch them back, but sometimes I'll read the comments. And
Oh, okay.
But sometimes it's like, you have to do it. You just have to. And nowadays you have to put stuff online, blah, blah, blah. It's part of the job. But sometimes you're just like, I don't, why am I
don't want to
doing
do
this?
this.
Stephen, it's
Yeah.
funny you said it because Eshaan doesn't want to do that. He's like very much against putting
Really?
his own stuff off.
Really?
I just can't.
I'll answer it. It's because he sees so much of it on his timeline. And I'm like, there's a thing called mute.
Yeah.
You can mute everyone.
Yeah.
So you don't see.
Yeah.
So you're like the only person putting content up on your whole thing.
It's
Yeah.
not even that. It's just like I don't think I'm as good.
Or funny? Oh.
Like you're great at those sketches and create.
You got to work your way up there,
You're
though.
so funny at those.
Thank you.
From the very first videos you do, you're like, oh, he knows how to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, if there's people that can do it, I'm not adding anything to the ether.
But I mean, even what about like putting out like crowd work videos and stuff? Have you done that?
Nah.
I mean, we can all agree crowd work videos are garbage, but they are the way they do work really
The thing
well.
is,
Because
without
you don't give up
burning
material.
material. Yeah.
And
Like everyone is
I'm
like-
so good at crowd work. And it's disgusting how good I am at it.
Why don't you put your corporate videos
It's
up?
so. I
Put
was
your
so
corporate
good at-
videos.
I was hosting a gig on Sunday. I mean, it was just ridiculous how good it was, right? And the people were like,
Who else was on that bill?
"What?"
Who else was on the bill?
It was Lost Voice guy,
Yeah.
Richard Blackwood.
Okay, that
And Jeff
already is
Innocent.
a lineup. That Jeff Innocent, Richard
Right.
Blackwood, and Lost Voice guy.
Right.
And you, if I saw you four walking together on the street, I'd be like,
What's going on here?
okay, it must be cocaine.
Yeah.
There's no reason all these four
to
people would
the
ever.
point where even Jeff Innocent looked at me and said, "You made that gig fire."
Oh wow!
That's why I don't post
Where-
it.
where was it?
It was in Hornchurch. I was so fucking good, man.
And he meant it as
Jesus
well.
Christ.
Because a
I even said it-
60-odd-year-old man telling you that a gig was fire means that it was definitely
Right?
fire.
So even on stage, there was a point where I said, I can't remember what it was, and I just went, "Fuck me, I'm so good at this." And they all started cheering.
Oh, God. Stephen, as you
I
know,
had them!
comedians, we love it when we see a comedian say something like that on stage.
Yeah.
I am so good at this.
Yes. I don't give a fuck, bro.
So when you came on our podcast, you just looked at us and said, "I'm so good at eating pussy," and we were like, we weren't talking about pussy at all. Whatsoever.
Was that your opener?
It was about
It was,
midway through.
I prepared nothing, really. Just a thought entered my head.
Jesus.
I am
Okay.
really good at it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if only we could somehow
I'm really good at it.
fact check that.
Yeah. We started off with dicks, ending with eating pussy.
We'll come full circle.
It's full circle. Yeah.
I'll be honest, it's not the ending I expected. They ended a little differently.
And I feel like, because we're doing so much chat about dicks and corporates, we didn't get to really get into the nub of Stephen's shame. I wanted him to talk about.
I feel like we do that a lot with guests. We get into like one bit of shame and then we're just off on. We don't want to talk about gigs. I'm always obsessed with comedians' bad gigs.
Yeah,
Like
same.
him talking about that fishing one is fucking hilarious to me because it sounds horrible.
So bad. If they offer you, I mean,
I don't know.
He's got a joke for it already.
Yeah, I'd written a joke for it, like a intentionally shit one about fishing. I was going to say I was going to write some fishing jokes, but I couldn't find a good angle.
There you go. I've just thought of one.
I forgot.
How the fish weigh their
How did that
food
go? How did that go?
with their
I
scales.
forgot to do it. Scales, that's good.
I
Yeah,
literally just thought of that.
that's good. I forgot to say the joke, so
I've got to be honest. It's nice to be here at this gig, but I do feel a bit out of place.
hey, that's all right. That's all right.
Got no soul.
Hey, there we
Come
go.
on.
Come on. Why didn't I do this before
That
the
joke went
fishing
down.
awards?
No, I was going to do a terrible one.
Go on.
I was going to say that joke went down so well. It was a hook, line, and sinker.
I like it. I
Thank
like
you.
it.
I didn't like it.
There's quite a lot of puns around.
That felt like a langoustine pate in my mouth. I didn't like it. Didn't like it.
Yeah, maybe this is not the right place.
Stephen, it's been a joy having you here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll definitely get you back, buddy.
Yeah, sure.
And again, congratulations on the Glee.
Thank you.
Will you be serving fish at the wedding?
No, not at all.
Have you set a date for the wedding yet?
Not yet. No,
Okay.
probably.
Please do one of those
years.
forever engagements. I just think it's so
Yeah.
funny when a guy's engaged. We've been engaged now 7 years. I'm like, it's
Yeah,
probably
it's not
should have
happening.
got a promise ring.
No, congratulations. That's very exciting.
Yeah, it's amazing,
time.
man.
Thank you. Thank
It's so
you.
nice to have like someone who's not afraid of love.
Thank you for listening to Shame is
Podcast
Delicious.
some love by subscribing.
Yeah, thank you. Let's show the podcast some love by subscribing. Please send us in your shame stories and keep liking. We're slowly climbing up that Apple chart. Is it Apple chart? We want to be in the top 10. Yeah? You see that off menu? Out. See that Joe Rogan? Bye.
I don't think he's in comedy.
Oh, who's in comedy then? Who's like top 10?
I'll look in the
Yeah.
Chris and Rosie Ramsey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris and they're killing it. They are
Yeah.
out. But I'd be happy to be on their podcast.
Well, are we the new Chris and Rosie Ramsey of the podcast world?
As in, we're fucking.
That wasn't what I was going for, but sure.
Well, they're married, so surely they're having sex still.
No, they're married. Surely they're not having sex.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope they see this clip and they go, actually,
We are having sex.
we're fucking.
We'd like to come on your podcast to let you know.
I'd be also happy to go on their BBC show because they've got a show now, haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. I always like this part of the show where we sort of.
Well, basically, Darren pitches.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but if I was to go to a restaurant, I know exactly what I'd pick on my menu. Maybe poppadoms, who knows?
Don't look at me when you say that.
Stephen, tell people once again where they can find you and whatnot.
Find me on Instagram, Twitter, etc. at Stephen Buchanan, and I'm at the Fringe as well, where you can see my show. All run at the Fringe.
One of my absolute favourite people, Stephen. Make sure you follow him.
Thank you.
And
Thanks for
thanks for
having
coming,
me.
man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
See you later, guys.
Peace. Bye.
Shame is delicious. Shame is delicious. Making bad decisions. Shame is delicious. Making bad decisions.